Hey everybody, welcome back to the Literate Texan. I'm Randy Wright, and I have an announcement video today for a big event that's coming up in November and December called The World According to John Irving. Some of you know that I'm a big fan of John Irving. In fact, one of the first adult novels I ever read was called The World According to Garp, which is of course where we got our name for the event. At the time that The World According to Garp came out, it became the most famous John Irving novel because they made a movie out of it. It starred Robin Williams. I've got show and tell time. I've got my edition of The World According to Garp right here. This is my own edition. Great author photo on the back of John Irving. I mean, talk about looking like a literary lion. But this was the 40th anniversary edition. It's only been read once, although I've read this novel 3 times. I read this one as a buddy read with my friend Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, who is, in fact, co-hosting this event in November and December. And it's just a read-along event. It's nothing complicated. There's no prompts to keep up with or anything like that. But John Irving has a new novel coming out in December called Queen Esther. This will be his 16th novel, which is something worth celebrating. But it's also notable to mention that Queen Esther is a sequel and prequel to the Cider House Rules, which is possibly Irving's most famous novel. It was a 1985 novel. It was made into a movie. It was a, what they call critically acclaimed piece of work, that's for sure. John Irving, who's John Irving? Well, if you don't know much about John Irving, he's an author from New Hampshire. He's written several sprawling novels, what I would call kind of humanistic. But, he's definitely almost like a classic novel. It's certainly not postmodern in any way. It's similar to reading a more modern day version of Charles Dickens or Thomas Hardy. You get these really lengthy novels that explore the lives of the characters in the novels. And he's just wonderful. I have quite a few John Irving books in my library, although I don't have all 16 of them. And I certainly didn't bring all of them on here to show. I couldn't find my copy of the Cider House Rules, even though I know I have a copy of it here. But I grabbed the first 2 that I could find. My bookshelves are a mess right now. Somebody help me organize them not too long ago. But this was his last novel, I believe, The Last Chairlift, which did not get a great review from Steve Donahue. That's what I remember about it. I haven't read it yet, but I do know it's really, really long. This is a chunker for sure. This is, let's see, how many pages is this? 582 pages is what I'm looking at here. And I'm not even looking at the last page. I'm looking at the next last page. I'll be reading both of these books on the Kindle. And I will be updating my channel with updates about the Cider House Rules and Queen Esther every Friday as I read through them. How do you want to pace these novels? How do you want to read these novels? Cider House Rules is probably about 560 pages long. There's 30 days in the month of November. If you read about 20 pages a day, you'll have no problem finishing it by then. 20 pages a day amounts to about 140 pages a week. So Queen Esther, as it turns out, is actually a shorter novel, which is a surprise. Most of the time when authors get older, their novels get longer. And that doesn't necessarily mean they get better. It just means they get longer. Editors are less willing to tell them, hey, you need to cut this, or you need to cut that, or whatever. And authors are just more willing to indulge themselves and write longer books. But that's apparently not the case with Queen Esther, which is going to be around, I think, 450, 460 pages. It comes out on December 4th. And there's 31 days in December. Anyway, you're looking at another 15 or 20 pages a day to finish Queen Esther in December. So I would just budget in an extra 20 pages a day to my reading if I wanted to participate in this. And I want to invite everybody watching this video to participate in this, because the group of co-hosts, and I'm going to list them down in the chat below, are really great people. They're going to be posting interesting videos. There are going to be interesting discussions going on in the comments for all these videos as the updates go along. There will probably be buddy videos. I know I'm going to try to get at least Greg, probably Alan, to talk about both of these books with me. Hell, I may even be able to get Pat to come online and talk with me a little bit and stuff if she's up for it. But yeah, this is going to be a really cool event. This will be a really great way to wind up the year 2025. And this is separate from the Lone Star Book Club. You know, we have choices there too for November and December. We're reading The Lord of the Rings in November and December. But it'll be easy enough to read The Lord of the Rings alongside these two John Irving books if you want to. And if you don't want to, if you just want to read the John Irving books, that's great. If you want to just read the Lord of the Rings books, that's great too. You know, if you're not interested in fiction at all, I understand that. I don't know what you're doing watching my channel, because fiction's about all I talk about on here. But yeah, The World According to John Irving. It's a read-along event that I'm excited about. And, you know, I don't know that I get excited about too much anymore. But I'm definitely excited about this. And I think, you know what? John Irving, you know, he's not like Stephen King. He's not publishing 2 novels a year. You know, Stephen King's published something like 85 novels at this point. John Irving's been writing as long as Stephen King, and this is his 16th novel. So John Irving novel's definitely something special. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm wondering if there's going to be bears in it. There's almost always a bear that turns up in a John Irving novel. I saw an interview with him once where they asked him, what's up with the bears and stuff? He said, I don't know, man. I just like bears, which I thought was a really cool, casual, funny answer. Because most of the time when somebody's got a recurring motif like that in their fiction, they've got some kind of elaborate reason for it. And I always figured that John Irving survived an encounter with a grizzly bear or something when he was younger. No, he just likes bears. So I don't know. I'm predicting there's going to be a bear in Queen Esther somewhere. So yeah, you're going to see the return of Dr. Larch, who's the Michael Caine character from the original Cider House Rules. He's going to be a younger version of the character because it is mostly a prequel. I believe the main character in the book, though, is going to be the eponymous Queen Esther, who I understand is an immigrant who comes to the United States in 1905, and I think her character dies towards the end of the novel. Spoiler alert, it's not a big spoiler as I haven't read the novel, but I believe her character dies, you know, something like in the year 1981 or something like that. So anyway, a lot to look forward to. The Cider House Rules and Queen Esther, your big John Irving read-alongs. I've got more videos on tap for today, tomorrow, the next several days, so please keep an eye on my channel. Monday night, I'm going to be on Greg and Alan's Monday Live show. They used to call it Monday Night Live, but they don't always do it at night anymore. I think they're going to do it at night this week just to be respectful of my work hours. Although, I don't think they realize I just work whenever the hell I feel like it. I don't have what you'd call traditional work hours. At any rate, until I see you again, thanks for watching. Stay sexy, and most of all, stay hydrated. It's more important than you think.